I am buzzed. I'm a little buzzed. I already took care of what I had to take care of today, and the rest of the day is just kind of up to me. And it is a Friday, so I figured why not have a little bit of a buzz since I'm at a period of my life that is pretty stressful. And it's not bad at all. But I mean, it's just a very it's just a very complicated time of my life. One that sees me exerting a lot of energy. Um, at this point in my life, I am very confused, but I'm trying to do better. At the same time, I'm making a lot of, um, realizations. I'm making a lot of, I'm getting a lot of perspective on my life, and not through any self. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything like. It's not like I'm just sitting and meditating and getting perspective on my life. That, to me, happens naturally. I'm actually getting professional advice from an outside party. Um, with no, this outside party doesn't have any biases and doesn't um, lean on one side or the other when it comes to observing my life. So, what's the word when people say they have no like dog in the race? They have no they're unbiased basically. And so this source has brought it to my attention that I have a tendency to judge people. And when she first told me that, it didn't really resonate. But um, as I'm out in the world more and more these days, compared to how I was years ago, I'm starting to see where I am judgmental of people. And I'm not sure if that's something that's ever gonna not be the case or not be true. Um, Only because at this point in my life, it's pretty cemented into my personality. But I can be aware of it, and if it is going to change, then awareness is going to be the first step. So I'm just trying to be aware of it, consciously aware of it as I go throughout my days. So it comes from a good place, but it also comes from like an when I see people doing stuff, it's kind of like I'll judge them because I wouldn't do it, but I'm also like incredibly smart, and like if I come across like 10 people, I'm smarter than like most of them. And so like I'll judge people when I see them doing certain things because I know better. But in doing so, I totally disregard the fact that I'm like smart, and like not everyone is as smart as me. Not everyone is as considerate as me. And so I can't judge them for that because we're all different people and we all have different backgrounds, and it's hard because it happens naturally. It's something that's happened, or it's been a part of my personality for a long time. And so I'm just trying to be aware of it more and more, and hopefully one day I'm not so judgmental of people, because I don't think that's a trait I want to carry with me until carry with me to my deathbed, as it were. I just finished eating. I prepared myself a nice little salad. Um, my version of a salad, which is a salad but with more meat. I need that meat. I need that taste, that flavor. And butter. There's also butter, but As I said, I am sipping from this mug, which I don't know if you could read it because I don't know if any of you are educated. The letters are backwards, I think. I'm not sure how this video processes in the video, but if you can read it, it basically says, because the video didn't show the things backwards, like a reflection or of some sort, but it says, my success is inevitable and I am always on the right path, which isn't an arrogant statement at all. It's the truth, and you can't be arrogant if you're just being truthful. But there is a fine line between being truthful and being judgmental. I think it's a lesson that I need to learn, and I can be more considerate of people, and I can improve and I can grow. I think I'll start to be less and less judgmental, one, with awareness, but then two, the more and more confidence I gain in myself as a person. Because if you know me, you know that I don't have a very high opinion of myself. Funny, in the most recent therapy session that I had, that was discussed, and like every time I bring up an example of me being arrogant, I'm always wrong. It's never me being arrogant. I don't think I am an arrogant person. I don't think that's in my personality trait. I'm just someone who wants to do better and better, and I've always wanted to do better and better. Like, I've always wanted to improve and be good and be great and be better than I don't know, just be better and be great. Like, I see other people and I compare myself a lot. Admittedly, I compare myself a lot. And all these things mix together in the pot of my personality. So it's a long process. I'm trying to take it day by day. Journaling helps. It gives me a sense of things. Because ultimately it's my life, and I get to live it how I want to. You know? There is no right or wrong, because everything has a reason. Even if that reason is heavily marred or covered up in webs of complexities, there is a reason if you look hard enough. If you're willing to open your mind up to that possibility, but not everyone is. Not everyone is willing to be so open-minded. They can't be. It's not in their nature. Just like it's in my nature to be judgmental, it's not in their nature to be open-minded. And again, I can't judge them for it just because I am. See what I'm saying? So it's a fine line that I try to walk, but again, awareness is the biggest step, and I'm trying to follow that. Anyways, my stomach is full. It's, what time is it? It's like 4:47, so I still got a lot of time in today, which, again, I'm a go-getter type. I hold myself to high expectations. And so, like, my natural instinct is to want to, like, capitalize on every single second of every single minute of every single hour, but I gotta sleep and I gotta rest. And not anything, and Rome wasn't built in a day, if you know that old cliche. So, cliche, old adage, whatever word you want to use, I'm not a stickler. Another reason why I want to work on being judgmental is because I feel like if I can free myself of this burden of judging other people, just like always, you know, then even though it does come from a good place, it'll help me with myself and my life, because in the way that I judge other people, I also hold myself to those high criticisms, you know, and I critique my own behavior a lot, and too much, because I'm a great person, you know. That's the thing. I'm a judgmental person, and so I'll judge people based on their actions, but you can't judge an entire person based on one moment, you know. And if you look hard, you can always find the good in people, and so if I can afford that sort of idealistic uh, personality trait, let's just call it that, then I can afford it for my own damn self. Which, let's be real, I need it. I need it. Coming from where coming from in terms, not in terms of like hood gang shit, even though I do represent Watts. Just in terms of like where I was 3, 4 years ago. You know? So hustling, we're trying to push it, we're trying to keep it good, we're trying to improve, but at the same time, we're not trying to burn out. We're trying to stay cool, even, and make steady progress towards better and better and grow. Grow. So, yeah, I just gotta not be so hard on myself. It's a process, and I am giving it my best, giving it my all. In terms of like therapy, like it's not easy, and I do get very frustrated, but I am being earnest in my attempts to improve and grow as a person. It's not easy. It's really not easy. It is not easy. It is frustrating. It is spiritual, but it is tough. So I'm lucky. I vibe with my doctor. I think I trust in her skills and her ability, and she can handle me because let's be real, I can be a handful. I can definitely be a handful, and I can frustrate people, you know. But I can't with her. She is a rock, my rock, one that I pay for. But that's the nature of the world. Nothing is free, and nor should it be. That's not how we've evolved as a species. The human race, we've devised some pretty interesting and pretty fascinating and neat ways of living that's worked out, But that's not to say that there isn't room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. I mean, not for everyone, but for the few of us who think like that. Um, I don't know. I just think that we we have the potential to live a really amazing life, or we have the potential to live amazing lives. There it is. That's a better way of putting it. But it's just so sad that I think one of the risks of having this sort of personality trait, and by I mean ambition, by being an ambitious, capable person, if you don't believe in yourself and you can't see it, then you're caught in this pit. And so you're left wondering if it's worth living. That's what depression is. And so I mean, again, if you know me, I'm like religious about my gym. I go to the gym every day, and it's not easy because again, I'm a judgmental person. So like, I think of myself as like lame for going to the gym every day. Um, but it's necessary because it's part of my medication. Otherwise, if I don't, it's far too easy for me to get depressed. And so that's not to say that I'm not depressed at the gym. Like, I can still be depressed at the gym, but the point is not to like, it's not a cure-all. It's not like a pill that you take and boom, you're not depressed anymore. It's a habit and it's a routine. And as much as I hate to admit it, it is a cliche. Like, a routine and healthy habits take time to develop, just like it takes time to break bad habits. And that's just the way life is. Unfortunately, it takes time to break bad habits, and it also takes time to build good ones. And so I've been in therapy for 3 years, going on 4. and I haven't made that much progress. I well, let me be more specific. I haven't, as an ambitious person, I haven't made as much progress as I would want to have made by now. But I had to learn my lesson the hard way, because I've definitely, you've heard of it, right? You've heard of it when people say they take one step forward only to take two back. I've done that more than once, more than twice. I can count on one hand how many times I've done it, but it's definitely, like, if I'm using my fingers, I'd run out of fingers pretty quick. And so I don't want to do that again, because I am, if you care, which I hope you do, because why wouldn't you? Because I'm an amazing, awesome person, and I'm sharing myself with you. Sorry, again, I am drinking. I'm buzzed. Drinking alcohol from a coffee mug. What's up? I have been journaling for years, and I have been reading on those journals, and funny enough, there are many similarities to what I've written. Like last year, I'm reading over what I've written last year, and I compare them to what I write in my journals like these days, and it's similar. And last year I was doing the same thing, where I was reading from the previous year's journal entries. And I was thinking the same thing, like, oh, this is similar. And so, like, I'm drawing conclusions based on what I've been observing in my own journaling, and it's letting me know that I'm not going to fast forward this process. As much as it fucking pains me. I'm making very slow progress. But every time I try to speed it up or pick it up, I take one step forward to take two back. Oh no, I spilled. I have been listening to this song called Girl A by Sinota. You've heard it if you have been watching the YouTube shorts on anime. And I just wanted to find that song desperately the other night. And I found that bitch. Thank you to the comments. And I have just been listening to that shit nonstop. So many people have made AI covers of that song. So you have Squidward, SpongeBob, Patrick, Cartman, and a gang of other characters singing that song that's AI generated, and I have been vibing. I still have more steps to take. The goal for the next year is to have established a routine I can maintain. And this routine would be involving or including working a job, but specifically a job where I'm not having to work as many hours while also increasing my pay, which, like, I know that's what everybody wants. And so if that's what you're after, if that's what you're actively pursuing, because even though we might want it, we might not pursue it. So to everyone out there who's pursuing that, I am too. So if I wish you luck, I'm wishing me luck, you know? So that's my goal for the next year. And then in doing that, I'm going to free up not only my time, but I'm also going to increase my resources. And so time plus resources, I'm not sure what it equals, but it might equal magic. It might equal magic. Like it might equal magic. So I just got to keep on working hard though. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. And I can get there. I definitely can get there, but I have to be smart about it. And I also have to be hardworking about it. Smart and hardworking to get to that place where magic. Smart plus hardworking doesn't equal happiness. It equals, what would it equal? If time plus resources equals magic, then hard work plus consistency plus hope. Hard work plus hope equals, well, I'm not really sure, to be honest. It could equal life, it could equal opportunity, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it takes effort and it takes work to get there. But once you get there, then that's what, people say, you've heard, I don't know if you've heard it, like I've heard it probably. If you haven't heard it, let me share with you. What I've heard from other people is like, you put in the hard work, and then once you get to where you want to be, that's when the real work starts, I want to like clear that up a little bit. Like, you hear it when it's like, okay, like if you get drafted to a professional sports team, you've had to work hard to get to that draft night, right? But then once you get drafted by the sports team, you got to put in even more work, right? What I'm talking about is along those lines, but it's more so like you work hard, you suffer, you suffer through the hard work to get to a place where you can still work hard, but you're not suffering. And that's just the way life is. Some of us are luckier than others. Some of us don't have to go through the suffering. So, good for them. Lucky bastards. I wish I had their problems. Anyways, I'm tired. And I'm feeling pretty drained. So I don't know.